Welcome to another edition of the One to One podcast, where we meet young entrepreneurs who share their journey with us. I cannot be happier to have this guest with me today. He is Kunal Dave, the stockbroker of Odyssey, and one of my closest friends in Odyssey. Welcome, Kunal.
Thank you, John, for having me here. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you need no introduction, but still, as a formality, please introduce yourself to the people watching.
Hi, guys. I'm Kunal Dave. I'm the stockbroker in the markets. We trade and invest money for people. We are portfolio managers, advisors for our clients, wherein we handle all asset classes.
So Kunal, when I look at you look like you were born for the stock market. Since you were a child, you knew you wanted to be in stocks, or was that a gradual process, or you stumbled across this? Would love to know that journey.
Okay, John. So no, not really. Actually, stock market was really accidental to me.
Yeah.
I was into coaching maths and accounts to students.
Nice.
My dad's also not anywhere related or close to even stocks. Till date, he doesn't understand what to buy and when to buy.
Yeah.
So he's completely out of it. Or no family members are into it.
Yeah.
Just the sheer love and passion for numbers actually got me into stocks.
Wow.
So that's in short, that's in the nutshell for you.
So, but obviously you were saying in short, but I'll dig a little deeper. So tell me, what was that incident? Where were you coaching? How did you get introduced to stocks? One, how did you get that, that chaska of stocks? And then how did you pursue and hone that skill to start a business? Because from being a first gen entrepreneur, not easy. So would love to know how you got the chaska, and then after that, what you did to develop.
Very good question. So I'll share a small incident. What had happened? We were in the college,
Yeah.
and all my friends used to read at those times economic times.
Yeah.
And there the share prices used to come.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand a thing out of it.
Yeah.
The only thing which I understood was that the share prices just come on the news economic times. That's all I used to knew. And they used to do some calls and puts and all those stories, and I was totally away from it. So till my graduation or my studies kind of a thing, I was totally out of it. Just what had happened was that there was an ONGC FPO which had launched, which was my first investment, and I applied through a friend's dad.
Wow.
Like he pushed me into it. So that was my first investment as
Yeah.
such. But stock broking came much later because I was working in my corporate life.
And
for
you
around-
earned money in that FPO?
Yeah, I did. earn
That's why you
money
got
that-
into it.
Yes, of course. So the first step was the right one.
Yeah.
And also that happened to be a bull phase from 2003 to 2007.
Yeah.
So many steps went right in those directions that
Yeah.
point of time. But my real entrepreneur journey as a stockbroker started just in 2017. Till the time I was in the corporate life.
So can you, just for me to recollect, when did you apply for the FPO? What year?
That was 2003-4 somewhere.
2003, 4, and 2017 you started your own company, which is Proficient Capital, which is doing phenomenally well right now.
Yes.
So tell me, from 2007 to 2017, were you studying the stock market? Were you active, passive, or what was that journey like? Or have you done any courses to learn about stocks?
If you would have asked me this in 2007, I would have been, I think, on cloud 9 because what was happening was till 2003 to 2007, almost anything which I touched was gold.
Gold, right.
Yeah, that was a bull phase in the
Obviously,
markets,
yeah.
and I felt that I knew everything.
Right.
Like कि
अपू नीच
मैं ही
भगवान है।
सिकंदर हूँ ये दुनिया का ये market का
Yeah.
that feeling was there because I was working with various corporates. खबर पे market चलता था,
Yes, yes.
like, then in 2008 I realized the actual खबर की खबर कि खबर की खबर ही होती है finally.
True.
Yeah, I mean that was right now I can laugh it off, but honestly 2008 was a disaster. Like I genuinely lost a lot of money and my investments had shrunk. That's when I actually started my real journey of learning about the markets. Wow. Till that time I was just working based on khabar. That's when my real journey started, where I started learning about charts and everything.
Nice. And so now you have been on both sides of the fence. So when a client asks you for cover, because you have been that person as well who used to work like that, right?
Yes, now I just say khabar ki khabar. That's been my famous dialogue, if you know me. Like, see, honestly, you can make money in few khabars which go right, but then you can't sustain it, and there will be a period wherein you will lose money. So it's always better to know about that stock or the chart, so you know the right exit, because getting into the markets is very easy.
Right.
The most important thing is the exit. Like
true.
Abhimanyu का भी वही था महाभारत में.
Yeah,
Like
Chakravyuh
getting into
में-
Chakravyuh में जाना is very easy. To start the stock market journey is very easy for anyone.
True. So from 2009, where you actually started taking it seriously, started understanding the fundamentals and all the technical aspects of trading as well.
Yeah, so from 2008 onwards, after I lost that money, my studying and the reading of the charts started.
Yeah. So it happens whenever someone makes a loss, they can go two ways. One, they get so scared that they'll never enter the market. Once they say, no, man, if I want to be here, I might as well do it a little more seriously and a little more educated. So glad you took the second option.
Yeah, I think the markets made me humble. And market has this policy: if you are not humble towards the markets, markets will make you humble. So that's the. But yeah, I mean, on a hindsight, if I look, I think I took the right decision of staying in the market.
Yeah, and you took it. You took that setback positively. I think that's a sign of any true great entrepreneur. Everyone faces setbacks.
Yeah.
It's not possible to
True.
live a life, or it would be a very boring life to live
Very
if you lived
true.
a life without setbacks. And you took it positively, and you're here. But you were still working from 2009 to 2016, right?
Yeah. So that was the corporate life which I enjoyed, relished.
Yeah.
And post that, I thought that.
So now tell me, now 2009 to 2016, you're working, you're still hustling in the stock market as a side hustle. But it's a big decision for any first gen person to leave that job ka security blanket and come out in the real world and start your own business. Must be a very tough decision at that time. So tell me, how did that happen? What were your thoughts? And how did you finally make the jump?
I think it's very true. For first gen people like us, the mindset is the biggest challenge. Because from safety you have to be taking risks,
Right.
So you're no more a risk aversive person. You need to take risks, and the mindset was the biggest challenge which I personally faced. What helped me out in this journey was a coach, T. Harv Eker. His seminar had come in Mumbai, which is called the Millionaire Mind Intensive. If you remember, I had spoken about to you also about this.
Yes, and
right?
I attended after you spoke to me. So
Good. Yeah, I know you attended, and I think you did some more courses advanced courses as well. But yeah, I think that changed my life a lot. And his book of Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. I think those two aspects changed my life, and I started taking risks and thinking about money from a different angle.
Right. Wow. And how was your family's response to when you said that I'll leave the job? Were they like on board? Ki chal beta, we got you. Or like, arey kya pagal hai? Yeah. What was the vibe in the house at that time?
Yeah, so of course initially my parents and my wife to an extent were like, yeah, are you sure? Like they never interfered that you should not do this or not do that. But because I seemed to be like more sorted guy overall,
That's true.
That's how my image has been there. So yeah, they thought that, of course he must have thought, but still they were little cautious that do you really want to do this? Because it was like, I was like quite settled, like I was the AVP at Phillip Capital. Do you really need to do all this? Was the question which they kept asking me.
Yeah.
But I think the T. Harv Eker seminar which I said was the key point, the turning point in my journey.
So being a stockbroker, client trust is of paramount importance. It took us also some time to build trust, rapport, and I must compliment. You never pushed. It was never a hard sell. You always let it organically happen. And today we are working together, and obviously I can say we are very happy. So tell me, how do you gain the client's trust, or how does that process of meeting somebody and gaining their trust and starting work with them?
Good question, John. So I'll break this question in two parts.
Yeah.
The first part related to Odyssey, if you ask me,
Yeah.
I was trying to, as you rightly said, I was not hard selling anyone.
Yeah.
My first investment just came from Jatin Parekh. Everyone knows that he's been a good giver in the chapter. So his was the first substantial investment which came to me, and I think post that.
After how long of being in Odyssey?
So I think within the first 6 months he started investments with me, and even Rohin bhai used to challenge me a lot that क्या stock है बता आज का तो मैं देखता हूँ. It was like in a fun way. I used to tell him, and then once or twice he bought some stock at his own old broker. He made some money, and then later on he started then Mehul, Kunal, Dipen, so many people otherwise then started investing with me. But yeah, I never hard sell to anyone. The whole policy was first to build that trust, and honesty and integrity is anyways not just to Odyssey but overall in our business.
Right.
Honesty and trust are the core values with which we work, for the simple reason that it's everyone's hard-earned money,
Right.
and you just can't play around with it. So we understand the client's profile, their risk profiling, and we put the money to use accordingly.
Okay. So now coming, when I look at you, or one adjective, if somebody asks me about Kunal Dave, I'll say he's disciplined. Now, how did you get this level of discipline in your life, even with your weight loss, even at work and outside work? So how do you maintain this level of discipline?
I guess my parents play an important role in me being
Yeah.
disciplined. We used to go to a ashram, even we still continue to go,
Wow.
which is on the banks of Narmada River.
Oh.
So I think those core values were built in from before.
Amazing.
So I think that helped me to be a disciplined guy. Plus my work style also was more of handling money. So the discipline part automatically comes into it. It's like a built-in to the thing what your job profile is.
Nice.
So I think that really helped me. Plus I think I would like to share that discipline comes from where? Like discipline comes from habit.
True.
And habit, actually, I believe that habits win over motivation any given day. Like you can be
100% I agree.
motivated for some days, but
Right.
if you cultivate that habit, that will help you to be disciplined for a longer period of time.
Well said. In fact, I have a good friend, Ashton Doctor, who's a habit coach, and he strongly
Oh,
believes what you believe, that motivation only lasts for some time. If you build sustainable habits, it'll change your life. So, Ashton, if you're watching, a shout out to you. What do you call? Yeah, Kunal Dave is implementing what you teach, so I'm sure you will be proud. But you know how Steve Jobs said in life, you always connect the dots. So you have had a varied journey where you started classes and you were teaching, right?
Yeah.
So has the teaching, students helped in stock market also, or have you learned anything that you implement here? Would love to know.
So yeah, teaching was for a brief period for a couple of years, but I think yes, the patience which it taught me then to handle students, which was not like my cup of tea. I
Which
think
now you use in Odyssey.
you come back to Odyssey in every question, right? Is that something which we are going for? I think I'll wait for Odyssey for the rapid fire part. Yeah, so I think teaching did play an important part because it taught me patience, and along with patience, to handle clients' money, that needed quite a lot of patience as well. So I think it played an important role.
Nice. Stock market is now a glamour business, because it gives you freedom to, live a life also, not a routine where you're grinding all the time, and it allows you to be financially independent. So it's very sought after in the next gen.
Yeah, very true.
So tell me, if any new person, a noob who's just entering the stock market right now, what advice would you give them? How do you tell them to get started? Share some tips, because you have been there in their shoes many years ago, but I'm sure you'll remember.
Yeah. So I think, see, the new gen is more interested in short-term trading, cryptos. I'm not against those, but let me tell you, the real money is made in starting investments at an early age. This is what most of the people are not aware of. In fact, I'm happier sometimes that the new gen is at least being more proactive towards investments rather than what we were in our days. Might be. So that's the good part of it. But it's just that I hope they diverge into the right segments rather than looking for the hard money or the easy money. When the quick money, I think they should focus more on investments, which is where the real wealth is made. So there are two paths. Let me put it this way: one is the trading income, and one is wealth creation.
Right.
So I think both are important. Having an alternative income from stocks is good, but at the same time, wealth creation is something which I think what I would suggest the young business people or young entrepreneurs to focus on.
Nice. So obviously we know that you're passionate about the charts. In the weekdays, you're quite disciplined with your daily routine. Tell us a little bit about your daily routine. Kunal Dave's average day. What time you wake up, and what's your routine after that?
So technically, I'll start with my wake up time at 5:30. 6 o'clock I go to the gym.
Yeah.
So 6 to 7 is my gym time. Then I get ready, go to office. So by 8:30, I'm in the office since 9 o'clock the market starts. Then from 9 to 3:30, of course, mostly I'm in front of the screen. Initially, I didn't used to even keep meetings or, but now it's a little flexible with the fintech platforms coming in, all the algo trades. So it's quite easier for us relatively. But yeah, till 3:30 is the market time. So I'm generally busy with that. Post 3:30, either I have client meetings or I resolve some client queries or they are on their calls or by personally meeting them. And post that again, Ratko, I do study charts for the next day. That's the homework which I do for the next day. Yeah.
Nice.
So overall, it's like a long day starting from 5:30 to around 8 kind of a thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
And when you're managing someone's money, it's also managing their expectations. So do you face problems in that, or how do you set clients' expectations about what to expect when they're investing with you?
See, I think stock market is a seasonal business. If it's a bull run, people will make money even if they don't invest with me. But if it's a bear run and when the markets are not making money, I think I love those phase the most because your expectations are not to skyrocket it.
Yeah.
Plus, we have strategies wherein even in down markets or sideways markets, we can generate money. In bull markets, what happens? The expectations of people keep on increasing.
Right.
What we have focused on currently is risk profiling of the client. By risk profiling, what I mean is, that we try to understand what is the client's need and their requirement. Based on that, we advise them. Because suppose if someone is just wants to do a SIP in stocks or they want to just put regular investments, they don't want to take high risk, then it's no point selling or pitching or advising them on the F&O segment or the derivatives segment, So you understand their risk appetite of the client and guide them accordingly. So that's been our key.
So apart from stocks, what are some of your interests, hobbies, things you're passionate about? I know growth is one thing that you're very passionate about. Before you say it, I see you invest in yourself, and I'm very proud to see you're evolving year on year. But apart from stocks, what else do you like to spend your free time with?
I think the black coffee says it all. I'm not having a milk coffee and a black coffee. So yes, I'm a little bit of a fitness enthusiast.
Yes.
I work out. I love being fit. I love being fitter. More. I think by next 5 years, I'll be more fitter than what I am today.
Love that.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
And I think apart from that, of course, traveling, everyone loves. Even I love traveling. I love reading. Post-COVID, what I've developed a new hobby, or rather it's been again, as I said, it's more of a habit now, is about writing affirmations and gratitude every day. I try to do that almost every day. And I try to have a planner. So I write my daily activities, like I write my weekly activities and I follow them daily.
Wow.
So I maintain a planner, I maintain a gratitude journal where I write my gratitudes and affirmations. I think post-COVID, our 5 a.m. club, you were a part of it, so you would be aware, I think.
No, but good to see you continuing that even now. That's amazing.
Yeah, of course, there were small breaks in between, but to be honest, I am continuing and that's really helping me out.
Chalo, brilliant.
Yeah.
Since you have started investing, casually since 2005-6, right?
Yeah, 2005 I started my journey, so 5-6 I was investing. Right.
Have you seen the markets change? Have you, or is there more tech now? You're saying now life is a little easier for stockbrokers with all the algos, and but now AI coming in, a lot of other innovations or technical advancements coming. So tell us, how has life or trading changed from when you started, and what do you see the future?
Yeah, very good question. I think you have to adapt. The thing is about adapting to stock markets, and it's more of a fintech world now. So you have to go along with it. Initially, if I used to go back to 2005-6, the stockbrokers office were filled with clients. There were clients sitting behind our back and giving us orders. Now the orders are more towards on the calls, on the phones, and which are recorded lines. And I think going ahead, it will be more of an asset management and a wealth management business rather than a broking business as well. So if you are only pure stockbroker, I feel it's more of a dying industry. The next industry is actually about wealth management, because the next gen doesn't want to take headache about them giving the orders or deciding. They just want to give money to a wealth manager and let him manage the show. So I think it's more moving towards wealth management from a stockbroking, from what it was purely a traditional broking.
And any AI tools that have come or you have explored? Because I'll hear a lot of AI in trading, algos are trading. I think the big companies already using.
Yeah, there are AIs and there are screeners which analyze the stocks. We use a few AI tools as well as there are few websites which scan the stocks and gives it to you if you input the parameters.
Right.
So for fundamental analysis, we use screener.in. Now this website helps us to identify the stocks based on their fundamentals. You give them the input and they will throw the output of whichever stocks fall in that criteria.
Yeah.
So that's one of the websites which we use apart from our normal charting websites.
So nice. So you're adapting technology instead of fighting it.
100%. You have to adapt, otherwise you'll be out of the trade.
Well said. The trending word nowadays is work-life balance. Being a first-gen entrepreneur, managing the business, managing the show. Obviously, there's always a payoff with your personal life.
Yes.
So how do you balance both? Well, if anyone can balance both, is you. But tell me, how are you managing
Your
it?
disappointment, I actually don't manage it well till recently.
Okay.
So very off late. In fact, if you see, my work-life balance wasn't there much, to be really honest.
Yeah.
Off late, I've started to say a no to people.
Wow.
Now, this is what I've learned with times.
Amazing.
Generally, I was available for everyone. I was just going with the flow.
Right.
Now I've learned to say a no to people, and I've understood that if the people who really care for you or your real friends or family, they'll understand if you are pulling out time for something else
Right.
and trying to maintain a balance.
Right.
People will find faults that अरे तू बात नहीं कर रहा है, you आ नहीं रहा है, मिल नहीं रहा है, something like that. But your real friends will value your growth. And I've learned till now I didn't learn, but over the years, recently I've started to learn to say a no.
This is a good time to get into the rapid fire. I need to know who you have said no to recently in the rapid fire. So, as I informed you before, we have two rapid fires. One is the business rapid fire, which we're doing now, and one is the Odyssey rapid fire, which is the spicy one at the end. But like any rapid fire, because sparks are going to fly, I might as well be prepared with my sunglasses.
Do I also need to wear those?
You'll need a helmet.
Oh, baapre.
No. The first question, is your investing strategy more like Tinder or is slow dating?
Slow dating.
Slow dating. Committed guy. If you were not a stockbroker, what would you be?
Chartered accountant.
Chartered accountant. Ooh, always love to play with numbers. Bull market or bear market? Pick one.
Bear markets.
You already mentioned that before, but morning person or night owl?
Morning person.
Blue chip stocks or mid-size stocks?
Flexi cap. Combination of both.
Best of both worlds. Coffee or tea during market hours?
11 a.m. coffee, 3 p.m. tea. That's my daily routine. And yes, I'm a person who drinks tea and coffee both. Generally, I hear people saying that I'm more of a chai person, I'm more of a coffee person. I don't know why, but I'm both person.
Okay, now this time I'm going to make you choose one. You can't keep your legs in both boats. Technical analysis or fundamental analysis?
I'm more of a technical guy. My partner is more of a fundamental guy, so I'll go with technical analysis.
Okay. Beach holiday or a mountain holiday?
Mountain holiday.
Interesting. Favorite trading platform or tool?
Trade point.
Your work outfit, suit and tie or casual smart?
Casual smart.
Okay. One stock you wish you had invested in?
Bajaj Finance. I missed the boat very badly.
One book that changed your life?
Atomic Habits.
Got so drunk that you don't remember the night?
I still don't remember that night.
Any unusual stress relief methods?
Workout.
Workout. Okay, great. Greatest investor and trader of all time according to you?
Warren Buffett, everyone says, is the greatest investor. Trader, I'll put it in the live market. I think Sumit Chopra.
Ooh.
He's my client.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ever had your heart broken?
Yes.
One tip you would give to 21-year-old Kunal?
Should have started investments at that point of time.
Nice.
Substantial investments.
One thing you're grateful for in life?
I think my family and my friends and Odyssey as well. Yes.
Ever had a physical fight with someone?
Way back in college days while we were riding a bike, but
Okay.
not post that. I don't remember.
Nice. Ever drunk dialed an ex?
No.
No. One stock tip?
NTPC. The safer one.
One bad habit?
I procrastinate a lot.
Secret of your awesome hair?
Is my hair awesome as compared to yours? Yes. There's no secrets basically. I just wash my hair every day. I mean,
One marriage advice to people?
marry someone you love.
Or someone who loves you back also?
Yes, vice versa, of course.
Most common investing mistake?
Yes, a good one. I think what most people do is if they buy two stocks, one goes higher, the second one goes lower. People sell the one which has gone higher and hold on to the one which is going lower.
Very well said.
Ideally,
Cut your losses.
You cut your losses and let the winners ride. That should be the story, right?
Yeah, but I think the human bias is
this is a human bias because people prefer that if well in stocks but not in real life. See, suppose you look at this in this perspective. There are two businesses. One is making losses, one is making profit. What will you do? True. You will cut your loss-making business, you will shut it down, and you will continue to run your profit-making business. True. But in stocks, I don't know why people do the reverse.
Fair enough. One movie that you loved?
Zindagi na milegi dobara.
Your favorite habit?
Writing gratitude.
Love that.
And workout.
Your best investment?
Kotak Bank. I'm still holding those shares. I bought it way back in 2008.
3 apps which you use the most?
Money Control, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
And Tinder?
No, Twitter. Not Tinder, it's Twitter.
A good student or average student? What were you in school?
Academics, good student. Not the best, but good academic, good student.
The last time you had a fight with your wife and for what reason?
Today, while coming for the shoot, because we were supposed to go out for dinner and I think I'll have to miss, so I've already informed her.
Thank you for being honest. One celebrity crush?
Kiara.
Kiara Advani, okay. Yeah. Favorite holiday destination?
Greece.
Amazing photos, I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, that was my dream destination where I wanted to go. Oh. It was on my wish list and finally could manage it this year. Yeah.
So with that, we come to the end. Thank you for answering honestly, but this was the warm-up to the Odyssey Rapid Fire. No, with always. I don't think there's ever been a test which you haven't passed.
Chalo, thank you, John.
So coming back to the podcast, in your stock journey, in your stock trading journey, has there been any mentors that you look up to, that you have emulated? I know T. Harv Eker has been an inspiration apart from the stock markets, but in the stock market, anybody that you have a guru that you've been following?
No, not really a guru, but as I said before, Sumit Chopra is one of my clients, but I look forward to his style of investments and trading. We still have a different style, right. But the way he manages the risk is something what I've learned from him. So yes, overall he is one of the core personalities which I follow.
Amazing. So great job, building proficient capital till here. Tell me about the future. In next 5 years, 10 years, what plans, where do you see yourself, and what steps you're planning to take to reach there?
Personally, I think I have that desire or the wish to get featured on a television show.
Yeah.
So what I've realized is you have to give an exam of RIA, which is called as a Registered Investment Advisor. So right now we are registered brokers.
Right.
And I think hopefully my wish is to appear and get featured on a television show.
Brilliant, yeah.
And to put in numbers for the company, yes, we've grown by 2x this year itself.
Wow.
That's the plan. We are on the set to achieve it.
Yeah.
I think, and to continue 2x, 3x every year is the key, but at least 2x, yeah.
That's amazing. And you always said you had a partner as well in your company.
Yeah.
How has it been working with a partner? And most people when they start off in a partnership, somewhere when in growth mode, they end up thinking differently. How have you managed with your partner to be on the same page of growth and targets?
So I think we have a blessing in disguise is that we both complement each other. Like our skills are different, our client sets are different. So we we have different set of clients to handle. We have skills which are complementary to each other. So if I do a chart research, he doesn't know chart, he might give me more valuable feedback on the company's balance sheets.
Right.
So that's how we complement each other quite well. So I don't think that's the issue, to be honest.
And if you'll disagree, then how do you what do you call overcome it?
Then each one buys his own stock. I'll buy the stock which I want. He will buy the stock which
Live
he
and
wants.
let live.
Live and let live. तू भाई तेरा ले मैं मेरा लेता हूँ stock.
Perfect. I think great policy. I think in marriage and in partnership.
True, very true.
We now come to my favorite part of any podcast, the Odyssey rapid fire.
I think I need the specs now.
But what do you call? I'm most excited to do this with you because I've specially curated these questions to put you on the spot.
I think you're
We'll
going to
cut the
screw me
tradition.
in this.
I don't think so. I think you're too smart. I will still try to get you in 1-2 questions. That's the most I can expect.
I'm sure you can get me in many of these.
So without further ado, straight to it.
Wait, let me just have a sip of coffee.
Ha. I think you'll need a drink.
Might be post the session.
Okay, great. Best and worst thing about being on the LT?
Visibility is the good part. Taking important decisions which are very crucial, which members don't like at times, is not that great part.
Is the
about
tough
it.
part about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, changed an opinion about a member from good to bad.
Yes, it's happened multiple times.
From bad to good.
Yes, there was.
And the name?
I think Nayan, he had blocked me when I was in the LT. I think he blocks most of the LTs, but he's a very nice person.
I will check the messages
You
now.
check it out. I think if Nayan is listening, yes, I have changed my opinion. He knows it very well because now we share a very good bonding. And it was my mistake also. I didn't went to meet him and understand him. From within, he is a very kind-hearted person. It's just that he comes out to be little, where he's not very friendly with the LT.
Right. Advice to new members coming in.
Come early. I've been saying that. Come early. Reach the venue by 6:55 and participate in all BNI events.
Odyssey politics, truth or myth?
That is, Odyssey politics exist.
Okay, like where anyway 130, 40 members are
Exactly,
there,
like
politics has to be there.
Exactly.
Right. If you could get one ex-member back.
Dr. Vasudha Gupta. That's an open category.
Yes.
Bhavesh would like it. Homeopath. Do you want to know the reason behind that?
Yes, would love to know.
You didn't ask me. Come on,
My
John.
fault. Yeah, my fault.
So the reason behind that is everyone says the way, show the way. So that show the way or the way was started by her because in one of the meetings she actually said it's Kunal Dave, and that's how people started teasing me. Dave shows the way. So I hope that credit to her somewhere. If she is listening, please join us back.
Yeah. If you could ask one member to leave.
John.
Okay, I'll skip this. I knew I was not going to get an answer.
Thank you.
What is more admired in Odyssey? Person giving the business or person credible enough to get the business?
So I think even with me, I think many people give me credit for getting the business. I think we should focus on the member who is giving the business. I receive so much visibility when I am passing my thank you notes. Rather, the visibility should be on the members who are actually giving me that business.
Well said. And you always make it a point to acknowledge the members giving the business. So, that's great on you. Favorite precedent?
I think somewhere or the other you've decided to screw me up, right? I think I'll be very honest. See, in this, all the presidents were nice and all that I could always say. But I think I vibed well with Anush for whatever reasons we were in the team together. So I think in the offline zone, I think Anush was the best as he carried the meeting very well. And he didn't overdo things. At the same time, he was sticking to the basics.
Yeah.
So for me, I felt it was him as one of the best offline presidents.
He's amazing.
Yeah. In online, I think rather than the best, I would put it this way. that the most surprising I was with Alicia, because I never expected her to be so top-notch level, but I think she proved ahead of my expectations.
Best thing about Odyssey.
I think the bonding, and it's emotion, as we all say.
Right.
I think the bonding and the love. See, many chapters I've seen, the idea is that people stick to the rules. I think we are more of a compassionate chapter where we feel towards the members, and the love and the bonding is to a different level.
Well said. One thing you would change about Odyssey.
We should be more disciplined.
Well said. LT again. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Most presentable BNI member, male and female.
Most presentable female, Dipti Khanna. Most presentable male, Anushkanga.
Well said. One member you would go long on. Good future.
Nishit Pathak and Shweta Agarwal.
Well said. What does Odyssey need to do to achieve 101 crores in this term?
Business Council needs to be more active,
Right.
and I think all the coordinators should work.
Which Odyssey member would be a good stock market broker?
Ash Balani.
Nice. With that, we come to the end of the Odyssey Rapid Fire. You know, I want to do a segment which I've not done with any podcast member, which is the Odyssey segment, where we just talk about Odyssey.
Didn't we just completed about Odyssey?
No, this was a rapid fire. This is more beneficial for the chapter. So we'll talk because I know you have such good insights, such good thought process when it comes to Odyssey.
So no more screwing me in this,
No
right?
screwing me. We are talking
Okay,
as
chalo,
friends.
good.
Now. Yeah. Used an Odyssey member service that you didn't like.
I've informed them that I haven't learned.
Fair enough. That's the right way to do it. Which Odyssean will you trust with your portfolio?
I've never thought of that. Not Rahul Garg for sure. I think it will be Amit Talreja.
Ooh, interesting answer.
Yeah. He's more disciplined, he's more sorted kind of a guy.
Well said, well said. An Odyssey member that was upset with you after your LT term.
Yeah, there were a couple of members who were.
Yes, I think any person who's fair, like you were in your term, will probably rub some members the wrong way.
It happens. But all's good right now.
All's good right now.
Yeah.
What do you call biggest learning? No, what do you call one thing you learned after joining Odyssey?
Patience, and managing 140 people, 130 people is not a joke. I think those leadership qualities which you learn are tremendous. I guess another thing which I picked up from Odyssey is the bonding, which it comes very often in my sentences, but I genuinely mean it. The leadership qualities and the bonding are the two things which I would put that I have learned from Odyssey.
Well said. What is the best socials you have attended? Official socials.
Official socials. So I can't mention Namita is out here. I think when I had recently joined as a member, we had an Oscar in Rajani's term. I think might be it was my first social, so I enjoyed quite a lot.
Yeah.
But even
It was
that,
memorable.
Yeah, it was memorable. Plus, there are a few socials to be. Even the bar socials was good. Even the recent one with Ashwini had was good. So 2-3 of them which I recollect.
Any Odyssey member secrets that you're holding that you have not told anyone?
Quite a few.
Okay.
And those remain till I die.
Knowing you, I'm 100% sure. So with that, we come to the end of the rapid fire. Like every exam, like everything you did, you answered on the front foot, hit it for a 6 and killed it.
Yes, thank you, Jovan.
So
So
been
hope I
my
passed
pleasure.
with distinction.
This is one segment which I've not done with any Odyssey member in the podcast yet, is the Odyssey segment where we just talk about the general do's and don'ts in Odyssey, things that members can do Hopefully, it will help a few members, help the new ones for sure, may help the old ones also. Never know.
Hope you're not screwing me in this again,
No,
John.
no, no. You'll
I
be.
thought I was done with the rapid fire, so I thought we
So
were
this is not
ending
the
the
rapid fire.
podcast. So I thought we have
No,
ended the
I've
podcast.
got you. I can't let you go without you sharing your pearls of wisdom to the
Oh,
Odysseans. So,
okay.
you mentor, and I see after every meeting, you're mentoring the new members.
Yeah.
What advice, or how do you motivate them? And most the members you mentor, go on to do good things. Example A. Hopefully, but how do you
Of
motivate
course, you're
them?
the president. Why are you doubting on it?
Right. So tell me, how do you motivate the new members? What thought process?
So first things first, to put it on the record, I don't think officially I was your mentor.
Yeah, you weren't officially my mentor. Actually, I can say it. I was Meenal Sinha, ex-member's mentor, but the way she communicated with me didn't resonate. I wasn't able to connect, and I, what do you call, detached from my mentor. And as you know, which I've shared with you, I was planning to leave Odyssey as well. And then, you took me under your wing, and
We couldn't let a jewel like you go away, right? So of
so
course,
that was your eyesight to spot it, and to motivate.
ज्वारी
Honestly,
को ही तो हीरो की खबर होती है,
deep.
right, Ash?
And you mentored me, and rest is history. Now we're sitting here where I've taken the responsibility of being president. But
Super. Yeah.
thank you. But now tell us, how do you motivate the new members?
I think BNI has framed the guidelines. We just need to follow the basics. What I feel is that many mentors or the mentees, they might not be following the right processes. If we just follow the right process, what the BNI has said, I think every mentor and every mentee can be a rock star. And and by that I'm not saying that they are not following. Of course, many of us are following. It's just that where you feel that sometimes a member has not done well, might be the mentoring has not been done properly. Now mentoring also depends on both ways, right? It's not only the mentor's responsibility, that even the mentees have to give their time and commitment. So if it works both ways, but I think sticking to basics, following the guidelines, following the mentoring processes is the key.
Right. And I see many people in Odyssey shy away from taking roles. You for one have taken so many different roles in Odyssey, and in every role you have, shined. So what advice or what suggestion you'll give to those people who are shy to take roles up?
I think who is a good leader? I think this answers it. Good leaders are people who create leaders and not lead themselves.
Yeah.
So I feel the new members should come ahead and take responsibilities. There are members who are ready to give responsibilities. There are LTs who want support and help. The onus is on the new members to just come forward and take the roles.
Yeah. And I think many times people think that this role is small for me, or it's not that. I think the slight change in perspective, if you do well, you can shine in any role, which you have shown as well. I think you take right from the Go Green coordinator to mentor to any role that you take, you make your mark there.
Yeah, I think, I don't know about the other chapters, but to be honest, I feel in Odyssey, it is like a MCOM mein hai, then you are at a position. If you are in some other coordinator role, I think you are a little ke theek hai bhai, hai, like I say. But I think if you work, like as you mentioned about Go Green, or there are so many other coordinators as well who've not been in the MCOM, but apart from it, they've been other coordinators and they have done superbly amazing.
Right.
So there are so many people in our chapter who've taken the other roles and who've shined in it. So I think that fame of the MCOM should not be there.
Okay, fair. So you were mentioning, that maybe in Odyssey the MCOM gets a little more highlighted than the other coordinators.
Yeah.
Which coordinators do you think are not getting highlighted enough, or which should be highlighted more? Let's see if we can change that this term.
I think VHT plays a crucial role. I feel that people in VHT are not given that much importance, not due to any other reason. It's just that how the culture has shaped. So it's not any one person's responsibility to do that, but that's how the culture has become. And I think even coming early in the morning or the closing VHT, or especially the team coming in the morning, works a lot harder.
Right.
I
And
think
every
if they-
meeting.
every meeting. So I think they should be acknowledged. They should be. I think they deserve a little more credit. And of course, there are a few coordinators who work. They and it all depends on which coordinator has worked well. Sometimes your power team coordinator will work well. Sometimes your one-to-one coordinators will work well. Sometimes your whatever Go Green or your business council. So depending on that, I think whoever's worked well should be acknowledged more.
Well said. For new members, how important it is for them to attend socials and cricket?
I think we all know the answer, right? Like it's very important because that helps in breaking the ice. That's where the bonding really happens.
Right.
Because in a meeting, when you meet the members, it's very informal. It's very formal, sorry.
Yeah.
It's very formal. So you just meet the member and understand about their business or like just a little hi, hello. The real breaking of ice happens
At a superficial level.
at a superficial level to an extent, yeah. So might be at these places where you break the ice. My personal success stories have come with me gelling with the members during ICPL and OPL. So I prefer people should attend socials.
Right. So, Kunal, thank you for your pearls of wisdom. We have come to
Thank
the end
you.
of the podcast.
Super.
I know you've had a fight with your wife to make this happen. I'm really grateful. And you're always there for Odyssey. You've always been there for me.
I think Odyssey is there for me. So there's nothing in return. I can just be with Odyssey in return.
Thank you, Kunal, for being an amazing podcast guest and killing it with the questions. Yeah.
Thank you, John, for having me here. It was really, really wonderful. Hope I've surpassed all your expectations as well.
Always, always.
Thank you, bro. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
bro.
much. It was fun interacting with you. And thank you for this coffee as
Cheers
well.
to that.
Cheers. Thank you, guys. This is Kunal Dave. Thanks for watching my podcast. And if you like it, do share, subscribe, and like the podcast. Signing off once again, Kunal Dave.